How are you doing? So this is Coach P. I'm in the library. I found my way into the stacks, so I'm gonna try not to be too loud, but I came across an issue. So I had a client, a good friend of mine as well, who was struggling with her weight, and we're trying to figure out why, what's going on, what do we need to do to get these results. So I said, hey, look, you know what? Send me your diet. I want you to journal. So she gave me a 4-day journal, and honestly, it was pretty clean. It was spot on. You know, she's legitimately eating spaghetti squash, snow peas, you know, egg whites, all the things that you would think, and not even normally I would come across, and it'll be nutrient timing. So nutrient timing is usually where I find the big issue. It's usually where I find I'm able to help. As for when to get these certain nutrients in, usually when people are eating the right foods, nutrient timing is the next big key. Not this time, because she's eating every hour to hour and a half. Honestly, she's eating a lot of food. Almost thought maybe it was too much, but the reality is it wasn't, especially for her lifestyle and her activity level. She's in the gym just about 5 days a week, and she keeps it up. So what was the problem? I just had to jump out real quick. Like I said, I'm in a library, and they were coming through the elevator, which is right behind me, but it was a false alarm. So I found one consistent item that she continued to eat over and over and over. So guess what it was? PB2. So I got some stats here that I want to really sit there and show you. I even had to write it down. Like I said, I'm a scientist. I believe in the research. I believe in the numbers, and I make sure that all my sources are credible. So what is PB2? This phenomenon, this peanut butter savior, right? Lower in calories, and you're still getting this great taste. So what is PB2? Really, all it is when they dehydrate the oils that come from the peanuts. So when I first saw that, I already knew something was wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. I looked at it in the store back then before I was allergic to peanuts. Now this is what's going to be very interesting. Before I was allergic to peanuts, I looked at it in the store. Something just told me, you know what, it's too good to be true. And when you come across the point where it's too good to be true, it usually is. So they dehydrate all the oils out of the peanuts, which is a problem. Why? Because that's where all the fat lies. So the monounsaturated fats is where you're gonna really get the thing that makes you feel full over time. You take that away, you have a real big problem. Not only that, but you take one of the most important nutrients out of it. This is monounsaturated fats is what keeps your heart healthy. It's what keeps your organs alive. It's what keeps you going. So imagine your gallbladder just doesn't get what's necessary for it to complete its proper function. Well, guess what? You have a problem. Your pancreas, your heart, and many more things. So not only do they dehydrate the oils, but they actually add sugar in, which is now refined sugars, along with adding salt. Anytime you add salt and you add a refined sugar, guess what? It's probably not going to be something good for you. This makes it not a real food. Not only that, but it actually is linked to, and let's check this stat, birth defects, nerve damage, and cancer from the President Cancer Panel that urges against it. Not even in the smallest amounts they recommend that you take in this stuff that comes within the PB2, aka dehydrated oils. So what does refined sugar do? Let's get into it. It actually will, and I have it here, it affects your weight, it affects your mind, your body, and much more. You know when you're eating bad food, you feel like crap, right? So, yeah. So if you're not eating something that's nutrient dense, then what are you doing? I don't know. I just don't know. It's just empty calories. So yeah, you're gonna have fewer calories than something like PB2, which is genetically made in a lab, aka pulling out the oils, aka the oils are the only thing that's gonna really be carrying all the nutrients in a peanut in the first place. Okay, so we know that peanuts are good, but you know what? The reality is peanuts, and the reason why so many people, I think it's 1 out of the 8 most allergic items of food that affect people in the USA are sprayed with pesticides, and this is a lot of what is causing the cancer in the first place. And we know this stuff already, and because peanuts have holes in the shell of the peanut itself, it's a lot easier for those toxins to get in. This is research that I just sat there and I just completed today, and I was so crazy about what's happening. I was like, you know what, I gotta sit there and speak on it right now. So here are your alternatives. Alternatives will be almond butter, one of the best. Let me tell you why it's that much better than peanuts. You have 69% more calcium. You have 86% more iron. You have 169% more vitamin E. This is all almond butter versus peanut butter. That's a great solution for you. And if it's not that, then you can focus on jungle peanuts. The reason jungle peanuts are going to be good for you, which you probably won't find very often unless you're going to some home growers, it's going to be harvested in a way that does not produce toxins, and they're naturally grown. People grow these in their backyard. It's not like you're going to get it from some crop where the peanuts are being sprayed all over. Hey, end of the day, this is PB2. This is me telling you, if you have a problem with weight loss, if you have a problem with mood, etc., you happen to be digesting PB2, especially more than once a day, which this particular client that I had happened to have been digesting it sometimes within 2 tablespoons per serving, 2 to 3 times a day. Some days just once. But there you have it. Coach P here. I'm busting myths wide open. Welcome to the Institute of Life. You're always going to have your research backed up by science.